The price for a copy of GTA 6 has been all over the news in the last couple of days. Here we have an article also from IGN. GTA 6 could cost up to $100 according to leading analysts. This is quite the headline. GTA 6 price, many in the video game industry hope for $80 if not $100, analyst says, according to IGN.com. So what exactly is going on here? Well, let's take a look really quick at the article, and then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and opinions here. With the advent of the 9th console generation, which we are now 5 years into, which is, yeah, take a second to sit down for sure, buddy. Like, bro, how is the PS5 5 years? It's half a decade old. It's like almost over already. I'm ready for the PS6, dude. There's like 2 good games for the console that are exclusive. Anyway, the standard price of big budget games has gone up from $60 to $70, and this is something that I barely noticed because there have been so few games that I have wanted to buy for my PlayStation 5. But with the biggest budget game in recent memory now looming on the horizon, honestly, bro, I still don't feel like GTA 6 is coming out. Like, it just doesn't compute to me. It just doesn't seem real, like we're actually gonna get it. I don't know. Anyway, that could change even further. According to the end of year reports put out by analysts like Matthew Ball, who heads an advisory firm that counts Epic Games, Meta, and Netflix among its clients, the industry at large is hoping that GTA 6 will launch with an increased price, which would then give other companies pretext to do the same. It is so slimy that the industry at large is hoping for GTA 6 to be $100. Like they're just rubbing their greedy little hands together, thinking like, okay, if consumers fall for GTA 6 at 100, then we can start pricing our games at 100. And the truth is that you actually can't, right? That's the actual truth. Is hilarious. Listen, this was brought up to me in a recent live stream here on the channel. If you guys missed my recent live streams, then that means you're probably not following me on Twitch. There's going to be a link down below. Also, I will ping you guys in my Discord when I go live. I'll also go live here on this second YouTube channel, so subscribe here if you haven't yet. Drop a thumbs up while you're down there. But somebody brought this up on my live stream the other day, and I feel like this is a really easy question to answer, right? Is GTA 6 worth $100? I think if there were ever to be a video game that is worth $100, the answer would be GTA 6 in terms of the amount of value that you are getting for that game, assuming that all of the rumors about GTA 6 are true, right? You got to remember, we haven't even played the game yet. We don't even know what GTA 6 is really like. I know a lot of the game was leaked some time ago, but the truth is, you know, 99% of us haven't played GTA 6, and like for me personally, I didn't want to get spoiled on the game, so I intentionally avoided all of the leaks. Okay, but assuming that the budget for GTA 6 and the development timeline for GTA 6 lends it to be one of the bigger and better games of this generation, and assuming that they can capitalize on the success of GTA 5, meaning they learned what works, they make things better and release a whole new bigger better project, right? Assuming all that's true, which that's a big assumption, then yes, I can say that Grand Theft Auto 6 could easily get away with being priced at $80, $90, or $100. I think that there's very little argument to be made there. If you have a game that can give you hundreds of hours worth of entertainment value, then $100 is, you know, really at a unit cost basis for your entertainment isn't that big of a deal, right? It's, I mean, yes, it's pricey, and I would rather it not cost $100. Don't get me wrong here. I would rather it not cost that. But if there was any single game that I think would be worth $100, it's Grand Theft Auto 6. The only other exception that I can even think of is Elder Scrolls 6, and that's strictly because I'm more excited for Elder Scrolls 6 than GTA 6. I like GTA. It's a great franchise. It's been around forever, but for me personally, my personal experience with gaming, I prefer RPG games like Elder Scrolls. Okay, but even then, Bethesda doesn't seem super confident in their ability to deliver what the gamers want for Elder Scrolls 6, right? So that game might not even be great. Like if we get a Starfield version of Elder Scrolls, then no, not $100, sorry, right? But it's the only other franchise or like company that I could see maybe charging $100 and getting away with it with the quality of the game. But maybe not. So the answer is, could GTA 6 charge $100 and get away with it? Absolutely. I think anybody who thinks, you think about this for 2 seconds and you would come to the conclusion that, assuming the game is good, yes, it's probably going to be the biggest entertainment launch in history, and I think that it might be worth $100. Okay, but the part about this story that I find so funny is that, first of all, giving other companies pretext to charge that much is not going to work well for them, and second of all, it probably won't even make sense for GTA 6 to charge $100 in the first place. So let me go ahead and explain why. First of all, the only reason that people would give GTA 6 a pass for the price point is because of the value that the game itself is delivering, and as we've seen time and time again from different game studios over the past 5 years, we've seen them drop the ball over and over and over again with very lukewarm, boring, and honestly just average or bad game releases consistently. Like, I just used Starfield as an example. That game, some people really liked, some people really thought it was just mid, boring, whatever, and we can't keep having that in the gaming industry. If you think you're going to charge $100, you have to produce $100 worth of value on day one, and the game has to be worth that money. And truthfully, the past few years, the games have not been worth their entry-level price, and this is why free-to-play games have exploded in popularity over the last few years. First of all, cost of living is expensive, so to get free entertainment is great. A free-to-play game is wonderful, right? The option to spend is there, but you don't have to. That's awesome. We've seen success there with games like Fortnite, League of Legends, and Genshin Impact, amongst many others. But it's not just the cost of living that makes people want to play free-to-play games. It's the fact that every time they buy a $60 or $70 game, they feel like they got ripped off because the experience isn't worth the money. It's simply not. So in a world where GTA 6 might be worth $100, everyone else in the industry is lagging so far behind. The idea that they would even consider raising their price is laughable, because their games aren't even worth the price that they're asking for right now, right? And one exception might be Nintendo, even though I would argue that some of the more recent Nintendo games haven't been great. Look at the last 2 Pokemon games, they've been complete garbage, even though I've played and beat both of them. Sword and Shield was okay, Scarlet and Violet was a dumpster fire. Let's just be honest, right? I love Pokemon, and sometimes when you love something, you have to be honest with it, right? Everyone knows how important communication is, okay? And the most recent Pokemon games were absolute atrocities, like truly bad, just truly bad video game, not just Pokemon games, but just actually genuinely bad video games. And so the idea that like Nintendo could get away with this, maybe, but not if they keep releasing garbage like that, right? So I think it would be a huge mistake for the gaming industry to take GTA 6 being $100 as a green light to try to duplicate that success, because it's not going to work. It's going to backfire, and we're going to continue to see the gaming industry move in the same direction that it has been for the past 10 years, which is more shift towards free to play with in-game microtransactions. There's no sign in the foreseeable future that the games industry is going to shy away from that monetization strategy, because it's been extremely successful. Okay, the next part about this that I want to talk about is, why would GTA 6 charge $100? It doesn't necessarily make financial sense for them to do so, because if we look at the best-selling video games of all time, Grand Theft Auto 5 is sitting at 205 million units, making it the second best-selling video game of all time, by the way, which is because it's 12 years old, which is hilarious. I remember playing it on the PS3, which is just disgusting to think about. But regardless, do you think that GTA 5 made $60 per sale here? Absolutely not. GTA 5 is on Xbox Game Pass. GTA 5 can be played on tons of different consoles, and it is regularly on sale. It's almost always on sale. I feel like every time I go into Target, it's like $20 for the PS5 version, right? Like GTA 5 has not been $60 its entire lifespan, and that's how it was able to get so many sales in terms of straight volume. But they make money on the back end because GTA 5 is making an absurd amount of money from GTA Online, right? The shark cards, they're printing money from GTA Online. Okay, it started in GTA 5. Apparently GTA Online is like its own game now, but as you can see, since launch, GTA 5 has generated 8.6 billion US dollars in revenue, according to the reporting around Rockstar's most recent earnings report. And this is old. This is actually from August of 2024, so that was a few months ago. You can expect this number to be much higher, especially especially with the hype around GTA 6 and with it being the winter months. A lot of people are inside playing games. We also just had holiday season, so I wouldn't be surprised if this was over 9 billion at this point. Okay, so with that much revenue, it would make sense for them to release GTA 6 at $70 or maybe $80 so you can capture as much upfront money as you can, but you know that you're going to make a ton of money on the back end from all of the shark cards and all the other different ways that you can monetize a live service game as big as GTA 6, right? This is probably going to be one of the biggest live service games of all time, and the clowns that spent billions of dollars on GTA Online are going to do it again for GTA 6 100%. What, you think they're going to develop some sort of like principles or financial responsibility? No, absolutely not. They're going to just start over again and do it again, and they can say that they won't, but they will, especially if they just turn off GTA 5 online servers, because guess what, guys, you don't own a single microtransaction that you've ever paid for. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. This is another one of those Santa's not real moments, but you don't own anything digitally. Listen once again, you literally have never owned a digital thing. You don't own digital things unless it's, I guess, maybe crypto, but we're not going to go down that route. The point is GTA 6 is going to make most of its money from shark cards and GTA Online. Okay, so they don't need to price this at $100, because if they can sell it for 70 and that gets them more initial install base, maybe those people are going to spend another 10, 20, 50, $100 because they love the game and they want to play online, right? So they can actually make more money by starting at a lower price point, and even if a lot of those players don't end up going to GTA Online, they will at least sell more copies, right? I mean, it's simply logic. How many copies would you sell at $70 versus how many copies would you sell at $100? And there are people that work at Rockstar and Take-Two. Those people make lots of money to figure out that exact precise number so they can maximize profits. Okay, so they're gonna know that if they raise the price from $70 to $80, they're gonna lose whatever percentage of possible buyers on day one, and maybe they'll take that risk, maybe they won't, maybe it will make sense financially, maybe it won't, right? If they lose 2%, like let's say 2% fewer people will buy the game if it's 80 versus 70, well, they're gonna raise it to 80. Obviously, like they'll throw those 2% in the garbage because they're gonna make 10 more dollars off of every single sale. But if the number goes down by 20%, you know, then they're not going to charge $80. And there are people that are analyzing this on the back end. They get paid lots of money to do the math to figure out what the exact best pricing strategy is. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, GTA 6 is going to be a hit no matter what. No matter what the price point is, it's going to be a hit. The most logical route that they could take is the base game is $70 and they provide tremendous amount of online value if you upgrade to the $80, $100 or $120 edition, right? I made those numbers up in my head, but I can imagine them doing something along those lines. They're going to have a product at every price point. That way they can get as many people in as possible, and the people that only have $70 to spend, they'll get them in because maybe they'll buy a shark card in 6 months for $10, and now the total lifetime value of that customer is now 80, which is really, really good. And they'll have a starting price point of 120. They'll bundle in, you know, a $50 or $100 shark card value or whatever, and you'll get a special bling skin, and people are going to eat it up because that's what they do for online games. I'm not talking down on you because I do the same thing, just not with GTA. So I'm just as guilty. Okay, we all are. Let's be honest. You've bought a microtransaction. It's 2025. I know you have. It's okay. Okay, it's not 2012 anymore. Like, you could admit it. It's a safe space. All right, and that's it. I mean, that's just it. That's going to be the most logical approach. They're going to go with the tiered system, like you see with every single release. They even do it for, I mean, look at the latest World of Warcraft expansions. They do the same thing. It's $50 for the base, and then there's a 70 edition and a $90 edition, and there's a price point for everybody. Okay, so GTA is probably going to go that route, and they're going to make a bunch of money on the back end, so it won't even matter. But even if they don't go that route, let's say they have a $100 bundle, $120 bundle, and a $150 bundle. Let's say that they're like out of their minds and they push it to the extreme. Okay, and they decide that that's going to be the most profitable way for them to do this. Again, it's still going to be a big seller and it's still going to be a smash hit. Everyone knows this, but will that allow other companies to charge $100? The best part about this is that the companies think that they get to decide, right? The companies think that they have control over what they price their games at. The answer is no. The answer is it is in the power of the consumer. Now, the consumer's stupid. I'm a consumer, and so I would know that. I've experienced being myself and living my own life. I door dashed Burger King today, so you know that I'm a dumb consumer. consumer. Okay, so with that being my source, me, the dumb consumer, we will buy shit. Okay, we will pay too much money for garbage. That's the truth. But at a certain point there is a breaking point, and the truth is, you know, if Starfield came out at a $100 price point, outrage, right? Outrage. It would just be momentous failure, right? A momentous failure. And so again, the consumer ultimately decides what these games are worth, not GTA 6, not Rockstar, not EA, not any of these Ubisoft, whatever. They don't decide. Okay, it's the consumer. You have the power. Listen closely. You have the power. Okay, spend your money on things that you think provide actual good value for you. If the game does not look like it provides value, do not spend your money here. Do not buy the microtransaction. Okay, download Genshin Impact, play the game. It's fun. You'll be happy with the free-to-play experience. Maybe, who knows, maybe you're into something else, but at this point there's a free-to-play game for literally everybody. Okay, so you do not have to spend money on entertainment in 2025. Like, there's plenty to do. Is it better if you spend a little bit? Of course it is, right? Of course. That, why would they do everything for free? But you are the consumer. Put your money where your mouth is. Okay, whatever you find value in, spend your money there. But if they do this and next year's, you know, Madden is $100 and next year's Call of Duty is $100 and next year it's going to be a joke, right? It's going to be a joke. People already are so strapped for cash. It's not going to happen. The games are not delivering the value that they are asking for from the consumer, and I think the industry would be in for a wake-up call if they tried to duplicate the monetization strategy of GTA 6 without duplicating the quality of the product. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I want to know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Would you pay $100 for GTA 6? I'm curious. Let me know in the comment section below, and while you're down there, drop a thumbs up on the video. It really helps out the channel a ton. It helps get this video out into the YouTube algorithm so other GTA players might see it. And while you're down there, consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell to be notified the next time I upload a video. And with that being said guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Omniarch. I will talk to you guys again soon. Peace.